Hey everyone, so I've been planning this video for like weeks, just ask my friend Stacy, but it just hasn't happened, and finally I just had a moment of realization, and I felt so powerful in it that I decided I shouldn't wait anymore. So the series of videos that I'm about to start is called Learning to Love, and the reason that that's important is that I don't mean love in the sort of conventional sense of like enjoying. The reason that it's important to learn to love the things I'm going to talk about is that until you learn to love things, and by love I mean unconditionally, authentically, honestly accepting them as they are, you can't start to change them. So the first step to solving a problem is admitting you have one, and until you admit you have a problem with something, it doesn't have to be like a serious, intractable problem, but until you admit that you don't like something, you won't be able to change it. And until you admit what it is you don't like, you're not going to be able to change what you don't like. And so this is where I use what I call the Feta metaphor, because I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine, and she said, you know, I love Feta, but it's just so salty. And I was like, I mean, yeah, Feta cheese is salty. And she was like, I really, really love it, but it's salty and it's sharp and it's really, really crumbly. And so, I mean, she didn't love Feta cheese. She loves cheese, but all of the things that make Feta, she didn't enjoy. She didn't really like that really sharp, pungent taste, and she didn't like the texture, and she didn't like the saltiness. And so as long as she told herself that she loved Feta without being honest about what Feta is, she was going to keep on being uncomfortable with her choices, because she was going to keep on choosing Feta when she didn't really like it. So what I mean when I say learn to love something is learn to let that something be exactly what it is, so that you can make an authentic and informed choice about whether or not it's part of the life that you're trying to build. And so the Feta metaphor can be applied to relationships, can be applied to jobs, can be applied to clothing, can be applied to pets. I mean, literally every facet of life where you can choose something over something else. You can use the Feta metaphor to make educated choices. And so in this series of videos, what I'm going to be doing is talking about the uncomfortable, painful, traumatic, important things that have happened in my life. I don't have any particular qualifications other than I'm just a quiet person who's watched and learned a lot. And I've gone a lot of different places to learn a lot of different things, and really the only qualification that I have is that I'm a seeker. So I can't tell you how everything is. I can't tell you how to do anything. I can only tell you what's worked for me and what's helped me become truly and authentically honest about my life, so that I can change it. And the reason that I'm making this video as I'm just excruciatingly sweaty trying to get out the house is it's taken over a year, but after growing up in grinding poverty, living in grinding poverty, making horrendous financial decisions, my husband and I, a little over a year ago, started just being relentlessly honest about our money, because we had no choice, because we had an unplanned pregnancy. And just today, we're at the end of one of the first, this is probably the second or the third month that we've actually had like a $300 buffer in our finances at the end of the month. Bills are paid, food is paid for, gas is paid for. We're not desperately ignoring a check engine light or needing tires, and we actually have a little bit of money. And I got a flag on my finance app that there had been a $50 charge that I didn't know about, and so that didn't panic me. And I called and I got it resolved, because it had been, my husband stayed at a hotel for work and nothing was supposed to happen to his personal card. And so I got it, resolved. And it's interesting to me that for the first time in my life, that $50 wouldn't have been the difference between making it to the end of the month without an overdraft fee or not. And also for the first time in my life, I knew how to handle it, and it didn't frighten me. And yeah, so it's the rich get richer. It's true. you have to be able to be honest about how terrified you are about your financial situation before you can change it. So just being able to be honest about my money just saved us, $50. That's not much right now, but it used to be. So that's why I'm making this video, just really sweaty, trying to hurry out of the house. But more to come, and Stacy, I love you. All right, bye.